Now, tensions are rising between the European Union and the United States as the July 9 deadline looms to avoid sweeping tariffs that could reshape global trade.
As you know, the negotiations with the United States are ongoing as we speak. Commissioner Šefčovič is in Washington today. I just want to say we are ready for a deal. We want a negotiated solution. But you all know that at the same time we're preparing for the possibility that no satisfactory agreement is reached. This is why we consulted on a rebalancing list, and we will defend the European interest as needed. In other words, all the instruments are on the table.
But Europe's corporate giants are lobbying hard behind closed doors, working directly with US officials to avoid Donald Trump's threatened 50% tariffs on EU goods, tariffs that could hit nearly all US imports from Europe. In retaliation, the European Commission proposed duties on up to $95 billion or $112 billion worth of American exports, but pressure from industry and EU member states could shrink that list by as much as £70 billion or $88.9 billion. Drastically weakening Europe's negotiating stance as well. Major players like BMW, Mercedes and Sanofi aren't waiting on Brussels. They've gone straight to Washington, offering peace offerings to avoid US tariffs. BMW, in fact, has announced new investments in the United States. On the other hand, Mercedes is shifting production to its popular GLC SUV to Alabama, and French drug maker Sanofi is pledging billions for drug development on American soil. The US and China make up over 80% of the EU's exports. Now they're urging Brussels to remove American spirits from the EU's retaliation list, warning of deep financial pain for small producers and global brands alike. So what do we expect if the talks collapse? We may expect higher car prices, especially on luxury brands like BMW, Mercedes and Volvo. The cost of medical devices like X-ray machines or diagnostic tools could spike, and French wines or Irish whiskies may come with a hefty price tag or disappear from shelves altogether. The EU is now signaling that it may accept a 10% universal tariff on exports if Washington lowers tariffs on key sectors like pharma, semiconductors and aircraft, with Trump calling the EU nastier than China. This outlook is tense.
In all parts of the European Union, they were the toughest of all. They were nasty. And I see that with trade too. European Union is in many ways nastier than China. Okay? And we've just started with them. Oh, they'll come down a lot. You watch. We have all the cards. They treated us very unfairly.